Hey, it's a good Thursday morning. I hope this finds you well. Our assigned Bible reading for today is Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9 is packed full of information. Coincidentally, it is it's not the first. The first time we find the word covenant in the Bible is in chapter 6, where God tells Noah, I'm going to make a covenant with you. But then we find that covenant fully implemented in chapter 9, where we find the word covenant 7 times in what is a relatively short chapter of Scripture. In verse 3 of Genesis 9, we have the first mention, I think, of eating meat. He said, everything that walks on the earth I've given you for food. And of course, we know the Hebrew law was a little more specific than that later on. He says, as well as the green herb, which he gives mankind for food, along with all the animals in Genesis 1 and 2. So I'm not sure if animal consumption, meat consumption, began immediately after the fall, if it didn't begin until after the flood. But tons of good information here. And then we read down in verse 21 and following, we find the first fermentation of beverage. Noah was a farmer. He planted a vineyard. He drank of its wine and became drunken. And then he was violated in some way by his son Ham. It seems that Ham's sin was mostly just a mockery of his father's nakedness and a rebelliousness, a lack of reverence. Shem and Japheth acted more appropriately, didn't share in their brother's sin, but covered up their father without even viewing him and further humiliating him. And so I don't know that there was any homosexual act committed there. We may not know, but it seems that it was more just a rebelliousness, a mockery, than of any kind of an assault or violation. But nevertheless, it's all there in Genesis chapter 9. Great verses to read for today, and I appreciate you hanging in there, following along with us. If I can remember my hospital patients, pray for Joe Wade Stewart, who may come home from the hospital today. Pray for Violet Sievert. Pray for, let me think one more time, pray for Keith Compton. Remember Glenda Yoakley. Keep all of those in prayer. Miss Gloria South came home from the hospital this week. So keep those in your prayers, and may God just bless you with a great day today. Hope you find ways to serve Him, ways to represent Him to the world. And I will and pray for Mom today. She's having surgery, probably be after lunchtime. So appreciate your prayers for her. God bless.